Om, 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 Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Brahma Mira Striparan Takare, Banu Shashi Bhamisito, Buddha Shah Guru Shah Shukra, Shani Rahu Keteva, Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Om Hrim Buddhaya Namaha, Om Hrim Gurave Namaha, Om Hrim Shukraya Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Saraswati. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100. This is your weekly astro video zine where we take the planets known as grahas, the houses known as babas, and the signs of the zodiac known as rishis, and blend them together in accordance with what your rising sign is or your moon sign. If you only know your sun sign, you can use that, but like I've said before, that's about maybe a third, 30% of what's going on in your chart tops. So get to know a real astrologer and have your chart done, and you'll get a lot more out of this. You can always send me a personal message for details. I'm happy to do that for you. So this is for the weekend beginning today, Friday, the 19th of April, which will be today. I mean, this is pre-recorded, so anyhow, what just happened? Well, the sun just moved into Taurus this morning, and this is Pacific Daylight Time because I'm doing this in Chico, California, and the sun moved into Taurus at exactly 7 a.m. this morning, so maybe just after you woke up, maybe you woke up a little later. And, you know, in Western astrology, that creates a different vibe. Now, in Vedic astrology or sidereal, you know, sun is still in Aries. And if we're looking at the moon today, the moon is in the constellation of Leo, the actual constellation, in a lunar mansion or nakshatra known as Purva Falguni. Now, Purva Falguni deals primarily with being creative. Purva Falguni is ruled by Bhaga. Bhaga is considered to be the god of wealth. Purva Falguni is a, pardon me, Venus-ruled sign, you know, and a Venus-ruled, rather, nakshatra. So it's all within the rishi or sign of Leo, but it's got this Venus version of it, and one of the best performers I've seen in rock music has to be Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull. Amazing antics. I know his rising sign is Purva Falguni. And so we're able to look at this, and this is the entertainment room. This is the stage. This is the fireplace where we tell stories, just like I'm with you right now, telling you a story today. And so there's sort of an uplifting, positive energy that we can associate with Purva Falguni. Also for women that are trying to conceive children, Bhaga, the god of wealth, is supposedly helpful in helping women have children. So there you go. Children are wonderful. And I think more than population being over, it's the way we live. If we lived a little bit more simply and more in alignment with what the planet has for us, we're going to be fine. You know, we just have to do that. Now, I understand people not wanting people to randomly run across borders and pillage resources when you already have a lot of people poor and suffering in your own country that you're ignoring and not helping. That does seem a little bit ridiculous to me, but politics are funny. They're mostly, there's something usually in most political situations, they're aligned to people who already have a lot of power getting more power, you know? And show me where that isn't happening, okay? Like my friend said, you just follow the money. All right, so, you know, welcome to Taurus season. Taurus is about receptivity, and it's about being satisfied with what you have. And good food, Taurus is where the moon gets exalted, so a lot of the best qualities of the mother and feminine qualities really come out well in Taurus season. And Taurus also brings about, you know, good food, good lovemaking, good family rearing. There's both, I've seen in both men and women, real awesome commitment to family in the Western astrological sign of Taurus. So what else? Mercury went direct yesterday, so that's positive. We're in this kind of this flow now where communication is getting better. The other thing is we've got a full moon in the constellation of Libra. Let's remember now, the sun is still in the constellation of Aries, even though it is Taurus time. So this full moon happens Tuesday afternoon. That's Tuesday the 23rd. And it's in the lunar mansion known as Swati in Libra, which is ruled by the north node of the moon, Rahu. Rahu's about desires that have no bottom and being innovative and trying to fit into a place you don't necessarily feel like you fit in or belong. And so there's an uncomfortableness with that, but it also creates innovation and development of things. Swati is said to be the moon of millionaires. And Libra is the most unstable sign in Vedic astrology because it's air. And air is blowing all over the place, folks. It's uncontainable. So we have this Venetian quality with this desire. And let's remember, in Vedic astrology, Venus is the guru to the demons. So, you know, to be able to control that kind of demon thing, to get what you really want. That's a little bit about Swati. It's also very vata, wind, air, ether, and it's like a little shoot of grass coming out, a little gentle shoot of grass. Wind blows it. But it comes right back again. There's a resistance to adversity with Swati, where it still emerges in its gentleness. It's also a moon for running your own business. So that happens Tuesday. Tuesday's a great day to get things done to begin with. So we've got this waxing moon over the weekend, and we're coming on to things. But there's a lot of things you might want to get done. And, you know, Tuesday morning will be a really fertile planning moon. Of course, it's a full moon in Scorpio. In Western tropical astrology, Scorpio is the most sexual moon, and Taurus is the most sensual moon. So this is really good. If you've got, you know, love in your life, this is like, this is where it's going to feel really good coming together. And it's also super fertile. And both being fixed signs, but both being feminine, receptive, earth and water. It's creativity, you know. Plant something on that full moon and watch it grow. And acknowledge potential and creative potential as you go through the day. So we're just going to go sign by sign, this according to Western tropical astrology, help get you through your week. And thanks for being here. And I have to say, I had a plethora of comments this week, and I so appreciate each and every one of you for just responding. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you. I am grateful to you. I'm grateful to YouTube for this outlet so that we can discuss things and I can give you a little information about my 40 plus years of following the stars and what potentially can happen. So, I mean, let's look at this, folks. It looks pretty imbalanced. This is going to be the most balanced week in a lot of ways because this is when the moon is in the opposite of all the other planets, you know. So there's going to be this feeling of fulfillment and a little more balance this week. If we just kind of put our energy, shoot it that way. And who's bringing the balance? It's Mama. You know, it's Om Shri Mate Namaha. It's the feminine aspect of God, and sometimes that is seen through the moon. So here we are. So today, Western astrology, moon's in Virgo. This is time for Aries people. Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Do your service work, especially today and Saturday. Saturday, very potent day for service work. Sunday, you know, things kind of move. We're moving into a different place here. By Monday, you know, we'll have moon Sunday afternoon, Monday morning. Moon will begin Shitra, the shining jewel, and, you know, going into Swati on Tuesday. We're finding, and then, you know, finally Wednesday, Thursday, we're gonna by Thursday, we're feeling more vibes, you know, just there's a lot of fertility with that later Scorpio moon happening. And so for you, it's about relationships, you know. When we do have the full moon, that's going to be in your 8th house. There's going to be a lot of transformation in your life towards the end of this week. Something good to look at. Mars still in the 12th house, so there's still sort of this shadowy presence of like, gosh, you know, with Saturn, Mars, does everyone have my back? What the heck is going on here? Pay attention to your goals. Be disciplined in the self. Also, it's, you know, the time for making money is kind of, and dealing with families come up for you more. Well, greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. The good news is you're the flavor of the month. The other good news is your partner sign, your opposite sign, Scorpio, is going to have the full moon. And so if you're a Taurus who's into the creative arts in any way, this is going to enhance your ability to be creative. And it's like the first 6 signs of the zodiac are very self-conscious, and the last 6 signs of the zodiac are very others conscious. So this is where we start to think about other people and how they might be affected and how we're gifting others. And this is so powerful. And when you're thinking of others and not just yourself, it makes you such a good person. And so people in my life, I know many Tauruses like that do think of others. And they're the most wonderful people. And, you know, Venus is in the last degrees of Aries this week. It actually by Thursday is going to move into sidereal Aries, you know, which a lot of you are sidereal Aries. So it's about self-love. And I don't mean that in a selfish or self-indulgent way, but be nice to yourself this week. That's all. Just be nice to yourself. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. Now, you've got a lot of responsibilities still, especially in the workplace with Mars and Saturn, Neptune there. That hasn't stopped. And so you're somewhat on stage. People are seeing you. Your social life is rich. There's a lot of social desire that you're hoping to fulfill. So just kind of relax with it. Become a good listener. Become good at giving people shoulder and arm and hand massages. I mean, I think that's the Gemini area of expertise. Quit smoking if you're a smoker, you know. Allow your lungs to fill in with good air. I mean, Taurus is your 12th house, which is the house of law. So it's not, I mean, I've seen Gemini and Taurus together. It's not too typical. But it's, you know, it's a little bit complicated. You know, those 12th house relationships are funny. And a lot of times our shadows and our places of loss are seen in the 12th house. And it's also a place where really good to have a retreat, have a few days for kind of meditation and prayer. Prepare for your new solar year that's coming up in 4.5 weeks. That would be good, you know. That way you enter into it with newness, freshness, and renewal. And Mercury's direct, yeah. Yay. Okay, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, since you're ruled by the moon, and now the sun's in Taurus. Taurus is the 11th house. One of the things about the 11th house is It can represent older siblings. It represents our social lives. Sometimes it can represent what I call politricks. Because, I mean, I kind of go with the original Geneva version of the Bible or the Ethiopian Coptic version of the Bible. It's, you know, which actually has more books than the other one. I'm sorry. I just, this 1850s century version of Christianity, as much as I see exuberance and changes in people's lives, I think that are positive, I also think something needs to be questioned. I also see a lot of judgment in that culture, a lot of condemning Christians if they're like dabbling in tarot or some other thing. Oh, well, what if they pray first? God, could you use this to show me what's going on? How different is that from casting lots or throwing out a fleece? You know, people think it's very different. And I think what you're doing when you're condemning people is you're actually giving Lucifer more power. You're like, yeah, that's Lucifer. Let's get them. Let's get them. We're the good guys. They're the bad guys. We're going to go put on our white hats and dispel all evil. It's not quite that simple. You see, when Jesus met the women on the well, talked to Samaritans, Yeshua, he said, you know, it's not where you worship or who you are, it's how you worship. Is it in a spirit of truth? Is it in a spirit? And it's really important to look in people's hearts. And if they really are wrong, you want to be kind to them, to bring them lovingly to a place rather than just rebuking. I found some of the most interesting Christians on social media, and I thought, my God, what's wrong with these people? They really hate other believers if they're getting out of line. They're rigid. These are my rules. You're off, you know. How's that working for you? Is that a celebration of bringing people to the banquet table of God's love? Or is that just a Pharisaic, like a Pharisee and a Sadducee? Hey, what are you doing healing on the Sabbath? You can't do that. Today's not the day. That's like a tarot deck. That's wrong. You know, it's kind of that. It's going to be hard for you to see that if you're committed. And I do know about believers who used to be in a tarot and other forms of the occult that just give all that up to have a more pure relationship with God. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you may have been doing it wrong. You may have been led by unclean spirits. There's a reality with that too. So I'm not going to say that you're wrong for not liking something. But I will say this, that you might be wrong for judging other people. And it might not be doing the same thing to them that it did to you because of their way of approaching it being different. We're allowed to be students. We're allowed to learn. That's what I want to say. And so here we are in this astrological land. The land where back in Persia, India, these three people known as the Magi knew beloved master was coming into the world. They found that through that. Well, they were doing something occultic and demonic. How did the blessed Lord receive that? You know, you people are really funny. I have to admit, you're very, very funny. You know, love is the light that guides us, and hate is the darkness which blinds us. As this moon is going into this full place of Swati, that requires sometimes some innovation, and unfortunately, a lot of times Rahu in the North Node does use deception. It's not a place I want to go to. But at the same time, you can be more innovative. I remember when rock music came into the church in the late 60s, early 70s in the Jesus movement, it brought a lot of people joy. It brought a lot of people to love God. You know, when Jesus turned the water into wine, you're encouraging alcoholism, Jesus, don't you dare do this. You know, you people all need to take a chill pill. Your religion, your life, your love should be a celebration because God is the force of life itself and wants you to be vibrating on the highest vibe possible. And that means with your friends and your people. Inspire others, Cancer. That's my message to you. Okay, I know it was long. That was long. I got on a tangent there. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, since a lot of you are sidereal Cancers, thinking about this full moon, it's a big deal. And the really big deal about this moon is that, you know, Scorpio in Western astrology rules your fourth house. That's the home. That's the place where the moon gets really powerful, because that's our emotions. That's what we're feeling. That's our personal happiness. And then Taurus rules the midheaven, how we work. And the beautiful part about having a Taurus moon, midheaven, if you're which a lot of most Leo risings do have, is that it works on the area of cooking, gardening, art, and music. Those are lovely professions. They just bring so much life. And the moon, on the other hand, says, bring these things home. Bring it home. Bring it to your family. Bring it to your parents. Bring it to your grandparents. Bring it to your elders. Let all those lovely creative works go in there. And, you know, the emphasis, you know, for Sun in the midheaven is your karma to the public. Are you sharing your good gifts, or are you hiding them? Use your good gifts, my friends. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, Taurus season is the luckiest season, the luckiest time of the year for Virgo. And if you're a teacher, it's really a shame, because you get all this work this time of year. This is your best time of year to travel, especially like foreign or out-of-state travel, long-distance travel, exotic experience. This is when those experiences are just going to mean the most. They're going to be the most enhancing. This is a time of year where you can improve your relationship with your father. This is a time of year where you're rewarded for taking risks. This is a time of year when you're rewarded for venturing into higher learning, learning you would not normally go to. So this full moon is going to be in your third house. Third house is about friendship. It's about siblings. It's about writing. It's about artwork, working with your hands, communication. Very creative house. And it's also a house where you take risks. It's a house where you take courage. So take some risks. Take some courage. I know, like, Mars is in the 7th house, so it's, you know, you have to kind of become a peacenik. It's like, how can I bring peace to this? A soft answer turneth away wrath. And one reason why I went off on Cancer and just talked about, you know, a lot of Christians who attack other Christians. I saw this on a Russell Brand video. Just a feed of all these Christians attacking Russell Brand for picking out a tarot card. And I'm like, will you just chill out? You know, I see Christians celebrating the bashing of men with each other, running after a ball called football that's sponsored by all these big corporations, and they do demonic rituals during their halftime celebration. And that's okay in Christendom in America. You people are weird. I just have to say that, you know. I mean, not believers, but there's something very weird and disingenuous about many of your approach. Righteousness is humility. Righteousness is not following the rules. Righteousness is when you make sacrifices that hurt a little bit to help someone else. That's the real righteousness. Relax. Settle in your heart. Take a breath. You know, in Virgo, this is a good time for you. You're going to go far, especially these next 3 months. I just see this acceleration in Virgo for the good. Take courage. Mercury's direct, good things are coming. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, everything's in the balance, and, you know, Moon will be in Libra on Monday and Sunday, and so those are your power days this week, and your key phrase is we balance. And Venus is, I mean, it's an Aries, so it's your partnership sign, so love should be good. In the sidereal zodiac, it's in Pisces, but it's in the exalted position. So anything creative, anything artsy is going to go amazing this week for you. So I just want to encourage you, just do your art. Just shine forth. Do what you need to do, because good things are about to happen. And I am just so excited to be alive, to be a part of these good things. And that's basically all you need to know. I know it's a lot of people. Don't worry about it. You know, follow the 4 agreements. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. And the other part is don't make any assumptions, you know. And I think that, you know, when I was talking about the Christians on like Russell Brand's feed, Russell, you know, he brings Kundalini yoga, vegetarian practice, spiritual philosophy. He's trying to elevate everyone, you know, and he's questioning the paradigm about mandating people to take certain kinds of medicine. Thank God for him. You know, thank God that we have people questioning stuff. Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah. Well, man, this is your week. This is your time to bloom, because you're the answer to Taurus time. When people feel maybe a little bit too stuck, here you are bringing transformation. So the most materialistic sign, Taurus, with the most transformational sign in this full moon, Scorpio. It's beautiful. The most sensual sign is Taurus. The most sexual sign is Scorpio. Just realizing that reproductive energy is actually creative energy, and that's why Scorpio's key phrase is I create. Mars and Pisces in the 5th house. You want to love. It's giving love. Love is giving. Giving without expecting receiving. That's really what's going to bring it back. Every one of you that's given to me without expecting something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. I love you. I appreciate you. And you made your karma better. Just anyone who gives to anyone, you know, you really, for the most part, you're making your karma better, especially when you're giving to somebody who really needs it. And maybe not be liked so much, you know, someone who's harder to love, giving to them. That's the big step, you know. And you're working hard right now. You know, you're kind of building a building, and you're going through a transformational process of this inner life where you're ready to kind of break forth into the public eye now. I like it. Okay, greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, we won't see the moon in Sagittarius till way later in the week. And so you're kind of finishing things off this week. Full moon will be in your 12th house. It could, on Tuesday, it'll inspire dreams. It'll, you know, I think it's best to lay low, pray and meditate during the full moon. This weekend looks like pretty fun. Like your best talents and skills are going to be seen. You might have some fun social gathering on Sunday or Monday. Enjoy it. Enjoy. Love, love, more love. Jupiter and Taurus. You know, 6th house is about obstacles and working your way through them. It's about health issues, bringing healing, bringing service to others. You make donation. Those areas are lightened up. So do those kind of things. Okay, greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. It's lovely. So, I mean, you're in a more introspect time, and I can see that with my Capricorn friends. You're kind of working on that inner self. But Taurus time is good, because Taurus time puts you in your heart. That's your 5th house, you know. This is love, and this is fun, and it's actually a luckier house. It really emphasizes children more. So things going on with your child and with life in general, here they are. So whatever you can do to help in that area, be in your heart more. This is the placement. Moon will be full in your 11th house, you know, when it gets full. So that's good fortune. That could bring in money. That could bring in a good social gathering that you could facilitate and have a really good time. Gotta love that, Capricorn. All right. Greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Now, Native Americans have this tropical astrology where Aquarius is the otter and Taurus is the beaver. And I've seen a lot of Taurus and Aquarius couples together, and it never made much sense to me. I mean, I know that Saturn and Venus are friends, so I get that, but here they are, these fixed signs that are very fixed and really kind of squared to each other. And so there's like this kind of tension. Yeah, they usually break up. No, I don't know. Some of them last. But for you, Taurus is about working on your inner life and your home space and your personal interior space and finding real happiness, finding your tribe, but also honoring older relatives, people in your household who are older, and also if you've got any fixed assets you need to fix up, you need to sell, this is a really good time for working on that. Full moon in Scorpio, that's going to go right to the workplace. That's going to go right to your career. So if you've got a performance or some kind of demonstration you're doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, that's going to really shine brightly, you know, and you're going to do really well with that. And Aquarius, the otter, Taurus is the beaver. And this is why they're both water animals, you know, water mammals that get out in and out of the water, and they do wonderful things. Aquarius is in the otter in Native American astrology is the feminine nature of playfulness. It's kind of beautiful. So it's like really they consider it a sign of Shakti. So show some Shakti this week. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. So for Pisces, Taurus time is about, well, let's see. It's about neighbors. It's about, let's get back to where we need to be here. It's about neighbors. It's about siblings. It's about working with your hands. It's about writing. So it's a good time, like if you... This would be the perfect time to start a gratitude journal, a dream journal. You start it today. It's perfect. You'll just go through the whole month of Taurus season. So, wow, I am so thankful for this. Oh, I am so grateful. I mean, I'm so grateful I live in Northeast California. I'll be really honest with you. It is the most freedom-loving part of the state. Yeah, some people think we're rednecks and cowboys and hippies, and we are. We're rednecks, cowboys, and hippies. But you know what? We have DIY attitude, do it yourself. There's a degree of self-reliance. There's a degree of community and making good neighbors and loving nature. Loving being out in this wild area where in the 48 contiguous states, this is where the last native people lived and thrived. So yeah, there's a lot of wilderness out here, folks, and it is beautiful. I know we've had fires and things have unfortunately been devastated to some extent, but life is coming back. And we're here to bring life. That's why I love doing this. I want you all to enjoy life, be in life more. And Pisces is where it all comes together. You know, you got Saturn in your first house. So this is your time to start going to AA meetings if you're drinking a lot. This is your time to join other people in sobriety. This is your time to take yoga, start a discipline. This is your time to get up a little earlier in the morning and pray before you begin your day. Or at least pray before you go to bed at night, you know, and ask God to just take you to good places where you can do the most good in your soul. Because we're not dead when we're asleep, folks, and we're not really dead even when we're dead. Our soul goes on. And Pisces is the one sign that really knows that. And this full moon is going to be such a celebration. The weekend starts great. It's about romantic. It's about partnership. Yeah, it might get a little wonky on Sunday and Monday as the moon goes through the 8th house, but allow other people to help you. When you ask for help, you get what you need. And make things good with old friends. Make things good with your siblings. Do your artwork. And, you know, it'll be a celebration by the time that full moon hits Tuesday in Scorpio. And another water sign, it's your vibe as well. Welcome to life, saying goodbye to strife, and hello to love. Om Shanti, Shanti. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Please subscribe. Keep the comments coming. You are the most wonderful people on the planet, and I love you. Namaste.